Good morning, Salon. They continue from that report today. We they come over to we studio guest them as we don't get two gentlemen they with we inside the studio. And the first person we are going to introduce now the Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Francis Benkel Fala, we can talk about the measure them what the commission on they put in place on the fight against corruption at Salon. Good morning and welcome to the program and happy new year.
Good morning, it's up to you. Happy New Year to you too.
It's you after not 1 year so.
1 year.
Okay, well, welcome. And also,
always a pleasure for
okay,
come back to the studios.
we also get to tweet somebody from Bank of Salon, the Senior Director of Monitoring Stability, Alfred Samawe. They can tell you about the instant payment switch. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program.
Good morning, 98.1. Good morning to everyone.
Okay, and I continue for the with you. At this time, we'll bring you Francis Benkefala. The fight against corruption still continue as we see on not only update people on different things on not only do you therefore talk about the fight against corruption and also about the audit report. But for start with what you would describe when are the status on the fight against corruption currently in the country.
Well, thank you, it's up to you. The fight against corruption on there, and I wish for first thank the president and people of Sierra Leone for appointing me commissioner. I done it for 6 years, and I appreciate the work with the team, who they support me, and all the government machinery, various branches of government, including the judiciary and the legislature. They provide for support. We work. So far, so very good. As you know, we continue for do well. They improve globally. We recognize globally other countries that they come for camps under study. We work. Every year we get several letters coming in from them come see what they do, that they appreciate it, they do far and wide, both in Africa and Europe. And I believe, say, if we continue on this trajectory, we go continue for improve, and as we continue for improve, the country will become better.
So when you talk about other countries they count the study, waiting the anti-corruption commission don't do in which aspect exactly? Because when you look at Salon and waiting on don't do, you get certain view a contrary from waiting the public feel on a fight against corruption.
Well, we first of all we fight against corruption. The structure of the fight against corruption is recognized in Africa as the best. And as far wide as Nigeria, Ghana, other countries, Gambia, Zambia, Uganda, they come, but each of them they come for study a particular aspect. So, for example, when you got into the camp, you got to come for study with asset declaration regime. We're now one of the best in the world. We get the highest declaration rate in the entire Africa since the fight against corruption start anywhere. And also, when, for example, Guinea come, they come for study with financial systems. How would they run the commission financially? They get 2 trips. One was our financial systems. Another team come for study with investigative and prosecutorial powers. When Liberia come, they come for study with reforms that would don't lead to Salon for improve in many ways. When Gambia come, they come for study with institutional framework and setup. So, like how they say, all these countries we don't come, they come for us with a specific for view one of the many areas they will really recognize as doing very well in. For example, now I get requests from Nigeria for medical study with enforcement regime, particularly after the reforms of 2019, so that then said we will reform the new laws. So basically that's it. They are following. If you go on social media, for example, they are following and they are very proud of what we are doing in Sierra Leone, and they want to replicate that in their countries, and they are most times calling on us to go on.
Other countries in the camp study una method of the fight against corruption, but how far una as commission don't go for corruption in that country?
Very far. If you look at the data, for example, if you Afrobarometer, corruption prevalence in Sierra Leone was as high as 72%. That means the country was very corrupt. Afrobarometer now, corruption prevalence in Sierra Leone is less than 40%, which means the country is only moderately corrupt. If you look at all indexes, for example, if you look at the TI index, in 2017, we'll be there 131. Today, we are as high as 108. We are about to go into double digits as a country for the first time. And if you look at the MCC control of corruption, we not be the pass. In 2017, we fail. We get 49%. Since 2018, we don't pass consistently over 70%. In fact, we don't even hit 2 times above 80%. So anyhow you look at it, we are far better much more improved than we have ever been.
Now, when you look at these international benchmarkings, MCC, Afro Barometer, Salon, they do well in terms of the fight against corruption.
Very well.
But when it comes on the ground, Salon, they do well.
How?
Looking at, for instance, the bank issue when NRA account then they divert, you look at other issues them like the different funding for public. I look at the Auditor General's reports. Salon they get a lot of missing cash, a lot of missing properties, and the SEC itself, when always they display money, say that these people then don't take. What's not the missing link that Salon they do well in terms of benchmarking, but when it come on the ground, funding then still they get missing. We meant for the public.
No, the missing link is the perspective with which you are looking at the fight against corruption. The fight against corruption is about the effort the country is doing against corruption. It's not saying corruption all day. So when they come for measure, they measure within the country they do for face this problem of corruption with it everywhere in the world. So basically, when they benchmark Sierra Leone and say Sierra Leone is doing well, they are basically saying that the fight against corruption is going well. Okay, so it not means say because we people that thief money in a bank. Not to do that, but more when they come for measure, the CC we go after them, we recover 100% of the money which was stolen. We also impose punishment on them, and the country gain out of the whole process. So the perspective way you look at them is, for example, now if we wake up this morning, they say somebody thief money, now one institution, therefore they are not doing well in the fight against corruption. That's not true. The question is, what do you do about it when you find out that somebody
the fight no they prevent corruption at all?
If the fight not to prevent corruption, why would they display money or they recover? Basically, the fight, that is why it's a fight. It's an action word, okay? It means there is something you're going against. So that thing will be there. But the question is, when we, for example, notice, say, corruption is somewhere, are we not doing something about it? So when the index is there, the measure, they are basically measuring how robustly will they react against them in the day. So yes, we are preventing corruption. Yes, we are controlling corruption in Sierra Leone. Vehemently and seriously.
Take me through the indictment and what the ACC don't do recently.
The indictment that the ACC don't do recently.
Yes, in the fight
within a time frame of recently.
1 year, within 1 year.
Within
1
the
year,
past
6 months.
1 year. We don't take several cases to court. For example, recently you see we display when somebody also we will hold a share, we'll get a judgment in court. Somebody will thief about 3.9 billion from EDSA. So those are all indictments under the Anti-Corruption Act where we pursue. We also get some other cases where we charge the court where people then go and plead guilty and the court basically sentence them immediately and we take them to court. We get a number of outstanding cases that will be done charged to court where they still day before the court where they try. And so basically we get a combination of actions they will do against corruption, indictments, we get prevention work, we get administrative sanctions, we get recovery options. We all work together very well, and that is why we are rated as very strong in the fight against corruption. Yes.
So in terms of the fight against corruption, just like I would explain on which one I try for do, is it that Nafole people fall victim, then they do recovery of waiting when I don't find them wanting for, or not at all they're not involved in corruption? So, which are really matter?
So the fight against corruption structured on 4 pillars. Okay, you get a prevention pillar, where basically we stop people from committing corruption, and that is being done a lot. That means we get systems and processes reviews where they take place in various MDAs. So basically, in fact, the strongest part of the fight against corruption. The reason why that one did not get recognized by the public most times is because not on news. For go stop people from committing corruption, basically you go tell them, say, okay, you have a bank account, there are only 2 signatories, that is a serious corruption risk. Increase that 2 signatories to 3 signatories. Then you have increased the possibility, you reduce monopoly. Now, there's no point, that cannot be news. If una area and say, una not call, we can't talk about that. But what you call us about is when we go arrest somebody, when somebody thief. And that one is a very small part of the work. Very, very small part of the work. In fact, probably the most insignificant part of the work. But now they get the news. Oh, they don't arrest somebody. Oh, corruption don't happen.
Well, now that's not self-elect for display out to the public. Let people see and believe. They no, not say indeed or not they fight corruption.
No, we they fight corruption on 4 pillars: prevention, enforcement, prosecution, and public education. So if we if we present one of the pillars when our enforcement, is all and good. That does not mean prevention work not the go on. But I am saying the public sector not really that interested in prevention work. They are most interested in the news. Somebody don't thief money, ACC don't intervene, ACC don't do this, ACC don't do this, audit report don't come out. In that audit report, there are issues which are administrative, there are issues which are prevention, there are issues which are enforcement issues. But the public is more interested in what do you do. The sensational part of the fight against corruption is what draws attention. And most times now in the public, they feel say nine at the fight against corruption. But really that are the weakest part of the fight against corruption.
So in terms of the prevention we mentioned as one of the structures on addressing corruption, how much of this don't happen on ACC preventing
a lot
certain individual or institution?
A lot. We don't do systems reviews in over 90 MDAs over the past 6 years. So basically we check the systems there, we identify problems them. For make corruption thrive, you get for reduce three main things. You get for reduce monopoly. So decision making get for be spread. You get for reduce the incentives for corruption. You get for make sure that people they not get the urge for engaging in corruption, but also you get for also reduce the means of corruption. So for example, if now a cash-based system, people they pay money too much in the particular office, you go say no, let them go pay in a bank, the car will receipt instead. And we do a lot of that in various areas.
Continue for the two as you don't mention the audit report, we'll come back to look into that. That's not Francis Ben Kelfala, Commissioner of the Anti-Corruption Commission. We don't need to take so far how to fight against corruption and the country don't Alex so far. The program, Good Morning Salon, they continue.
And we come to we other studio guest, we now Alfred Sama, Senior Director, Monitoring Stability, Bank of Salon. We then at the program for can talk about the instant payment switch. We then they launched today. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning.
Happy New Year. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about this payment switch for a very long time. Within the latest on that now.
All right. Thank you very much. I just want for jog family the memory small bit. And we can recall, say, in May 2023, precisely on the 3rd, His Excellency the President will launch the first phase of the national switch itself, when I've been the card switching. And that time they will be get 4 banks that will be in the live. But one for my public know now, say, to this day, we don't go up to 10 banks with the live with the card switching, where they actually facilitate for let you use any card where you get from any bank for access money now, any bank in ATM or do transaction using any bank in POS. Now, the second phase of this project now, the instant payment, we now in with the can talk about today. The instant payment actually now one form of the national switch where they facilitate bank to bank or account to account transfer of funds, account to wallet transfer of funds, wallet to account transfer of funds. What to mean here now that with the instant payment, you can move money from your account to another person in account in another bank from USA UCDOM using your mobile phone, for instance. You can also move money with the instant payment from your Afrin Money mobile wallet to your Orange Money mobile wallet through this channel of payment. So now this the instant payment actually come for can do. So in essence, it's a payment a platform whereby you able to process transactions on the go. You don't necessarily need to go to outside ATM before you get access to money. You will only sit down with your phone, you access your account, you put money there, then you transfer to somebody else in your account, another bank, will make them easy and convenient for everybody. This is what the instant payment is all about. And what would they try to now currently with the involved in the pre-launch activities. And one of the pre-launch activities we'll be involved in today, we start with a float parade, now Freetown. We get one group where they come out from Clienttown roundabout to Bank of Sierra Leone. Another group they come out from Aberdeen Road Junction to Bank of Salon, where the governor will get opportunity for talk to the public about this instant payment. Then we will continue on the 22nd, Naboton and Kenema at the same time. Then on the 29th, we'll go McKinney. Then on the 5th of February, we'll go there and put local, do the same float parade. Then on the 13th of February, we'll actually launch officially the instant payments.
So in terms of instant payment switch, you get other area we cover clearing, settlement, and message translation. Not just transaction, you cover, or there is more to it?
There's so much more to it. You can recall currently we get bilateral switching arrangements between mobile money operators and the various commercial banks. Them. Now, within that bilateral switching arrangement, you get access to your bank statement, you do get access to your account balance, you do get messages so they come to you, it will show you your balance at any point in time. If when you do transaction, it will show you how much you don't do and how much not left in your account. Now, within the instant payment, it even give you more information than within the bilateral switching they do. Members say in any situation whereby two institutions then they involve in transactions across the network, settlement will get for day definitely, and clearing will definitely get for day. So it involves everything. But this is like more technical for the public because this is not the work with the instant switch itself they do. What's important for the public know is that with the instant switch, you go able actually move transaction, move funds from your account now any bank to another person in your account at any bank at ease from anywhere where you go there within Salon.
So waiting really unique or extra from waiting other bank they do in terms of financial transaction on your own instant switch payment.
Yeah, so what's unique about it is that a lot is unique because currently, for instance, you do on Orange Money. You know they're able to send money from Orange Money to Afri Money with ease. Okay, you know they're able to pull money from your bank account to another person in a bank account without you visiting your bank or calling your bank. Say transfer me money from me to transfer me money to Mr. Sama in your account at Rokel or na SSCB. You know they're able to do that. The person move to the bank or you call a manager for do them for you. And with the instant payment, you sit down, who start you this on your studio and do your transaction as easy as possible. In the Sona studio, you do your transaction, you transfer your money from your bank account to another person in bank account. You transfer your money from your mobile money wallet to another mobile money wallet, another network, across another network with ease. So this now make the difference. And the other thing we actually made the difference is that it make data generation very, very easy and access to data very, very easy for we. Now it's difficult for you even track every transaction will happen within the system. But now with the instant payment, all transactions will go across the national switch network. And with that, the national switch network will able to provide data for every transaction will happen. If they provide data, for instance, if you pay, for instance, you clearing and forwarding fee, you pay tax, you pay GST, if they able to track that transaction and give correct information. When they also make reconciliation for most of them financial institutions, very, very easy. So these are all the beauties with the instant payment they come for you for bring for Salon Monday. Then in addition to that, as I said, it make life very, very easy. It do transactions safely, securely, because you will call your bank and say, do this transaction for me. I'm not preempting anything, but it takes faith for let you call say, do transaction for me, do it for you. It takes that faith, wait for being at the banking system. Yeah, you said, but the instant payment said you open your account, you do your transaction, you are safe.
In the past, when you transfer money from bank to bank, they will tell you say you need to reflect today. And it will take some days. With this system, how in the work and waiting and they change.
So with this system, when you transfer the money instantly, now they call an instant payment. It is instant. Instantly, you see your response, they come to you.
So you need to take days again before the money reflects.
No. Instant. It's instant. I sit here, I do my transaction, instantly it reflects. Now that are one of the beauties that we get. It's fast, it's safe, and it's secure.
Okay. Now when you talk about how much is simple and authentic, again we look at banking system and service where they get most times waiting you can say where you go at the bank itself from the starting point of where you go cash check and everything. You this is a certain facility in the way they lack. In this way where you talk about the instant payment switch. Now so it will be in reality.
I don't know which facility than the way lack currently, but
main point why they try for is most times when people can carry for bring out something where they market or sell, how they explain them and the reality we going for the service now a total opposite. So now make they actually say as much as you explain and so if somebody try the system now so it work.
Okay. We don't travel now 1 or 2 countries then, or we don't travel outside of Salon. We will be a witness say this is what is existing now plenty other countries then. Go to Nigeria, go to Ghana, is existing there. Most countries now, this is the way then they go. You go to supermarket, you eat.
No, talk based on
restaurant, you
salon.
eat, you
We
do
definitely
transaction.
not say they be
So I go build up your story. You go to a restaurant, you eat, you do your transaction. So as I they tell you, so it's not to say a story. I they tell you,
Okay.
this is how the instant payment they work.
Okay, continue for the with that now, Alfred Sama from Bank of Salon, and the senior director monitoring and stability. Where they talk about the instant payment switch inside the program. Now we go for a break.
I dey look for college wey go make me mistress in information technology. You know of anyone? Because I can call it the way how you can handle your computer.
Now the College of Digital Excellence make them easy for me and change me life. At Code, the digital world in information technology, then at your fingertip. With the state-of-the-art spacious and digitally equipped e-learning studio and lecture room, make the learning environment na Code so friendly. College of Digital Excellence can make you master in information technology and computer science with the help of the Indian and Sierra Leonean lecturer them for make you more marketable in today's competitive world. The College of Digital Excellence join on with the world leader NIIT, where get over 40-year experience in IT training that over 40 countries in the world. The College of Digital Excellence, they offer degree program them like Bachelor of Computer Application with specialization in data science, artificial intelligence, full stack software developer, Bachelor of Business Administration with plenty other one them. The College of Digital Excellence don't come for make you stand out in a society. For more, just go 36 Men Motor Road, Congo Cross, Freetown, and 19A Wellington, Natural Trams Compound. Telephone 073 500 600, 030 500 500, or 090 123 555. Or you can email them info@codesl.org. Registration for the 2024-2025 academic year don't begin.
We office generator, they give serious problem. Paddy, you know of any generator shop or generator supplier we go able get good quality generator for bio rent?
My sister, the only solution to your problem na integrated power control solution wey don dey do generator business for over 20 years na the country, and then they come with quality generator there for sale and for rent from the UK with the original spare part, control panel of different type, and the industrial connection cable. IPCS gets good quality air conditioner with inverter where they use solar and also easy for use. With IPC, you no get nothing for worry but power business. E like how big the factory be, you house, your business place, your office, IPC ready for give you 24 hours electrical, either by solar or generating plan. For no more but IPCS, go number 10 E Moriton Junction, or you can call us on 030-669966 or 077-535006. IPCS, meeting your power needs.
Sarah, what I don't come for you. It's not what I make good for you. It clean and be up for you. Sarah, what
you don't hear waiting Sierra Water don't come with.
Sierra Water? What's in there?
Now they don't get the most advanced and best food lab na the country.
Talk to. But Kate, wait to advanced lab? Na Salonia? Can you explain fine?
Then lab they test any batch of water where they produce. They make sure say every drop clean and pure before they put their water na the market.
Look how they call it back. Anyway, this don't make I trust them more. And now I can talk am with me full chest. Say that the water no more gets this sky high standard for me.
Me I no say once na Sierra Water I they drink and they give me family, me at it cold because I know say na the best water na the country. For more information, call 077 600 000 Pan quality, we na the best.
It's not what I wake up for you. It can be up for you. Say I want to eat it so good.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. We will bring this edition come to you this morning. Me na Sapti Kalon.
And Musa Kamana Minim.
Inside the program now, they go on Parliament as the Public Accounts Committee continue the 2023 audit report. Inside the second day of this hearing, member of the Public Accounts Committee na Parliament will say about $5 million issue where the 2023 report raised, but King Odon settle and this company not get any case for answer to. For more on this, let's listen to a reporter, Cherino Jallo.
I want to declare the issues of the own work resolved by the documentation so presented, and that all of their documents are intact and they don't owe us.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, declared the issue of the audit report mentioned by the King Horel and Port Company resolved. What this means is this issue, the 2023 audit report, been talked about, don't settle. This now one among three issues that don't come before this committee and they will for solve inside the first day of hearing. But what's not the issue exactly? Now this the auditor them get for say.
This agreement was signed between the Ministry of Mines and Kingo Railway Port Company Limited. There was no evidence that the agreement was ratified by Parliament, which contravenes Section 118 of the Constitution and Section 15 of the Public Debt Management Act. This absence of a parliamentary ratification raises concern over the legality and enforceability of tax exemptions totaling $5,275,434 granted through this agreement.
With this, the chairman of the Public Account Committee, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, be asked for Command Nakin Hurel and Port Company for the respond, and this now within the Chief Technical Officer, Nakin Hurel Salim Silla, being for say.
Yeah, the agreement ratified by the Parliament actually exclude us from maritime as well as port payment or charges. So we are in pain at the time. But if we look at the new agreement, the one signed in 2023, we did engage maritime over a period of 3 months. We are negotiating until we have an agreed fee we can pay per ton. And we started paying. And since then, we have been paying until the last payment in October. We are fully paid up. The first agreement was an exemption. The second agreement state we should negotiate with them, which we did. We engaged them over a period of 3 months, and we have an agreed fee, which we have been paying.
Based on this explanation and the submission of some documents to them, the committee will say about $5 million issue where the audit report raised but can hold on settle and this company not get case for answer to again based on the 2023 report. And the chairman, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, and one member of the committee, Honorable Eronaguna Koma, they make this comment.
So it is clear that the issue on Leon Walk, save for evidence for the use of the port and rail before the ratification of the 2023 agreements, I think it is but an issue where all the documentations are intact and the Ministry of Transport did not provide the comprehensive documents with the certificates of ratification by Parliament to the Sierra Leone Maritime Administration. Honorable members.
Your ruling is of course fair enough. The auditors were very clear. They relied on the information provided to them during the course of the audit. When they went to the maritime, they were unable to get evidence, of the certificate of certification, like Chair actually said. But I think upon the hearing we have just done, I think Chair, I want to submit that your ruling, of course, very much in place. They shouldn't have any case.
The Public Account Committee, different ministry, department, and agency, they continue. We say they engage them, different ministry, department, and agency, as to explain to them, but how they use copper, we are able to give proper account for the Society for the Democracy. Me, Nachengo Jalo. The report.
The program now, Good Morning Saloon, we come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM from the Public Accounts Committee on the audit report. We come to we studio guest, we now Francis Benkaifala in the commissioner, the Anti-Corruption Commission. You don't talk about the stripe they put in place for fight against corruption at the country. And I earlier mentioned the issue of corruption allegations now the audit report and the financial losses. What in the ACC they do but audit report in terms of the fight against corruption?
Thank you very much. Well, as you know, the audit report now a professional document done by the one with the responsibility for check. We ACC they see the audit report as a whistleblowing source. As a source where they raise red flags as to what thing they happen within the socio-political architecture of Sierra Leone, so that we can take action against them. But as you know, they work in tandem with Parliament, whereby constitutional mandate, the report is presented to them for them to debate and to take action on where they can. So we and Parliament, they actually work hand in hand in respect of this audit report.
When the ACC come to this time that they in Parliament they work hand in hand, because I remember some time back when audit report come out, the ACC being clearly announced, now then get right for look at the audit reports, the property of the ACC.
Well, it depends on when that some time back, because that would be that not a position will go take place with me ahead of the ACC. As head of the ACC, I understand within the law. I understand the constitutional framework around audit reports. I am fully aware, say, Parliament, the report is primarily made for the attention of Parliament. However, who say we in Parliament diverge a little bit is whether ACC get any role for play. And we own position at that as long as it concerns corruption, as long as they get issues for deal with corruption, the kind way how Parliament they approach the issue is slightly wrong. And we engage them on a very professional basis. We sit down and discuss it, and we are having very fruitful conversations around it. For me, they understand, say, it's a partnership. It's a system for dealing with a problem, a very wicked problem. We don't plague Sierra Leone for a very long time. And it's not about power. It's not about monopoly. It's about what we all can do to deal with it conscientiously.
So that partnership, the way you talk about, you think say did now in terms of addressing the issue on the 2023 report, because which you they speak to, so as partnership totally different from waiting the chairman of the Public Account Committee states now in terms of ACC and that of Parliament?
Well, that partnership don't always stay. And like I don't do as head of ACC for 6 years. And within these 6 years, when, for example, the Right Honorable Singapore Thomas was head of the Public Accounts Committee, whenever audit reports come up, we do a summary of the audit report. We present the framework with them. We give them a plan of action by the ACC. We meet with them, then self tell you within the plan of action. And together, in fact, when Honorable Singapore Thomas be the seat on Public Accounts Committee, they invite ACC for good day. Where we serve the investigate with the gear and report. And some of the issues that as they come before them, you know, they deal with them as speedy as the way how we see things are happening now. They call we and say, no, this is why the way how we look at it, this is a slightly technical issue. And we believe the SEC go look into them and they refer them to it. So that partnership has been there up to now, but recently we begin to see some rhetorics coming from Parliament where really they challenge that partnership, but they try for handle and
the earlier state said the method or approach where Parliament use right now for address the audit reports wrong. How? Which exactly wrong?
Yeah, I'm not saying the method of approach wrong.
You say
it's when then they say ACC not get no role for do with Auditor General's report. Now that is wrong. I believe say that now a slightly wrong position. And notice say, for example, my very good friend Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte with they peddle that, and they go as far as for declare in sittings, in radio stations, television stations across the country. They hold public hearings in the provinces where they go and declare, say, if anybody invited by ACC, let the person not go there. You see, when somebody occupies certain positions like the Speaker, Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and you are head of Public Accounts Committee, there is a standard required of you. Certain things should be discussed in a more organized way, in meetings, in consultations. But when you are doing that kind of thing going on radio all over the country, holding public meetings, and you are making the declarations in a very bellicose way, as if you and ACC get a battle. We don't have a problem. We are all just trying to play our role within a country which has been plagued by corruption for a very long time. And the delegation of that responsibility for fight corruption was done by Parliament itself when it chose to create an act and give powers to the ACC to fight corruption. And ACC is doing exactly that. If you have an issue with something, I think you should have a more organized way, but we cannot have parliamentary gangsterism all over the place, trying to impose your will on an independent institution as if you get the powers for just sit down and say, do this. And I say this, when you say, they say, oh, you want to fight parliament. No, there's a difference between fighting parliament or raising issues with parliament and raising issue with an individual who should be called to order by parliament itself.
And where they display that gangsterism? Parliamentary gangsterism.
Parliamentary gangsterism.
Yes.
I think the way how Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte they go about this is a bit.
We need to go for a break now.
I think he should be
for
cut
the
to
with
order.
we,
Thank you
Commissioner Benkel Fala.
We're trendy and youthful.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody. It let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money now the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office. It let you not get the account number. Buy extra light, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. That pardon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you will transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, will send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money now any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 million loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. We will bring this edition come to you this Wednesday morning. Me Nasapti Kalon.
And Musa Kamara Naminim. We still get Francis Benkefala na the studio, and also Alfred Sama from the Bank of Salon. We come to you, Sama. But before we go for that break, we'll be there with Francis Benkefala on the role of the ACC in the fight against corruption, especially we think we get for do with the audit report. You say we not get a role for play. And according to Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte, in order to see the ACC not get rule for play, but now then for refer matter to una. From that perspective, which role you think say una get for play rather than waiting Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte make mention of?
The Anti-Corruption Commission are an independent agency of government. Okay. When you get an independent agency of government under administrative law, it's slightly different from all other agencies of government, which are usually under the executive structure of the state. An independent agency of government is stated clearly in the act, in our act, that we are not subject to the control or authority of any other institution.
So we're not subject to parliament?
No, we're not subject to parliament. That does not mean we cannot work with parliament. That does not mean parliament not get the oversight responsibilities. But that way they how Honorable Tawa they try for presenter like winner like EDSA or winner like whose other agency of government like EPA. These executive agencies is clearly mistaking the position of law. When an independent agency of state is created by law, that independent agency is in a class of law called sui generis. They are in a class of their own. So the normal rules when they apply, for example, even the executive, the way how the executive, they oversight their independent agents, their other agencies, then they know they apply to independent agencies of state. So there are 4 of us in the country which are not subject to such rules. The Audit Service is one. The Office of the Ombudsman is one. The Human Rights Commission is one. The Anti-Corruption Commission is one. Therefore, if you come on radio or you go hold public hearings and you try for denigrate the institutions that they for say things them when they make and look like say you can just sit down and give orders and they have to comply to it, then clearly you yourself need for review your understanding of how the administrative state works. And that is the problem in this conversation.
So, Commissioner, in this situation on the audit report, when are the role of that of Parliament and the Anti-Corruption Commission? Exactly.
I don't clearly say by constitutional mandate, Parliament, when the audit report complete and the table, then report to Parliament, and Parliament get a responsibility by law for debate the audit report.
Also for call people away.
And they can delegate that responsibility to do that or whatsoever framework it is to the Public Accounts Committee, which Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte heads. So clearly, Parliament gets role for play with the audit report. The problem is we, as Anti-Corruption Commission, the law don't give you the power. Say any side where we recognize the corruption there, we will take action. And like I said in our press release, that mandate was not made subject or they're not exempt the audit report from that mandate. It was a universal mandate to say, if corruption there, let ACC look into that. So we they see the audit report as a whistleblowing book, so as something which raises a red flag that something is wrong here and there. Now, we recognize the mandate of Parliament, and for the whole of last year, when the same Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte wrote a letter to the ACC to say, we'll not for act on the audit report, immediately I tell my team, say, let them hold for act on the audit report. And they did nothing about the audit report for the entire year. He did everything he has to do. He held his hearings. In those hearings, he was always attacking the ACC publicly. When they call now, not go there. People, my team was demoralized. They would always come to me and tell me, hey, Honorable Tawadi, you attack me all the time. You are not saying anything. You are not saying anything. I say yes, when I left. When they finished, I called him. I told him, okay, when I don't act on this audit report, send we a copy of a report. We will now tell we, waiting when I don't do, the one that we don't pay, for example, where did they pay? Who verified those payments? All those things. Now you say, okay, yes, we'll make it available to you. This year, when this new audit report come up, I called him again. And we spoke very friendly and said, yes, let's have the report so we know what is happening. He said, yeah, when they do the report, we'll try for any time, we'll forward that to you. Then I said, okay, we'll hold a press conference and just set up a framework of what is in the audit report so that the public does not think that no action will be taken, but we will consult with you. The next thing I hear from this man who I spoke with, who I summarized the audit report with my team and we forwarded it to him. He called me back to say there was no action point stated on from our end what we are going to do with the audit report. We added those action points and forwarded it to him. He never got back to me. The next thing I had was that letter that came to me. And the next thing, he was all over the radio, television, and stations saying that the ACC should hands off the audit report.
Now we look at Tawa when they mentioned imposition yesterday, say, in the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and virtue of imposition at the 5th man the country, and you this morning they refer to him as gangster and honorable. You not think say that word?
I not refer to him as gangster honorable.
It's a parliament gangsterism.
As a parliamentary gangsterism. It's a general statement that describes when they do things in a way we're not proper. But in anon ever refer to
and they address them as in they do parliament gangsterism.
Well, anything we fall within that category of doing things without going through proper processes and procedures go qualify as gangsterism.
You not think say that what they add for describe the deputy speaker?
I not describe them. I describe the actions way in totality might be looked at in that way.
Commissioner, in all of this, from which we don't hear from you and Honorable Tawa Conte. It's like there is no form of collaboration between the two individual or institution them. And one go to wonder why people of such caliber go to go back and forth on order for handle a audit report.
There is no back and forth.
Because when I not even get a conclusion, it's waiting there they do you, they say they don't get right for do instead they say ACC back not get right for do this. So there's a back and forth.
No. There is clear collaboration. I don't tell you, say, Honorable Tawa Conte only become head of the parliament.
Whose kind of collaboration?
So allow me to explain that.
Okay, go ahead.
Honorable Tawa Conte only become head of the Parliamentary Account Committee 1 year ago. Before that was Honorable Sengepo Thomas. And we had immense collaboration between us. Honorable Paran Trawali, when at the Clerk of Parliament, can confirm this. Okay? The challenge we have is that, like I don't tell you, the same process will be the follow before now we follow with Honorable Tawa Conte in your own committee. We summarize the audit report, identify all the issues there. We identify, say, this one administrative issue, this na prevention issue, this one na an issue where you not even need any form of investigation. We identify, say, this one it need investigation. We forward them to them, and we did in this case to him. And I followed it up with a phone call to him. We had a conversation, and in that conversation, I raised two things with him. I tell him, say, one, we don't want impunity in the system. We don't want let Parliament just go call people. What did they happen here? Okay, now this, like, for example, you read the King Ho explanation. Oh no, King Ho not get nothing for pay $5 million is gone. I said, we want check. If somebody is responsible for such a problem, let that person also face the consequence so that it not go repeat next time. I had this conversation on the phone with Honorable Tawa Conte in a very friendly matter, and he agreed. The next thing I told him was to forward the report of last year work we then do on this issue, so it will guide we for know if indeed, because as head of the Anti-Corruption Commission, I have responsibility to look at the anti-corruption space of the country to see whether we are improving or we are retrogressing. And the report is an integral part of that. I asked him for it. I have not received that report. So if you say collaboration not there, it is not exactly so. We have immense collaboration between we and Parliament, and everything I have explained to you was in the spirit of collaboration. The only time where we self-surprised, and I have called the leadership of Parliament and spoken to all of them about this, from the Speaker to the head of government business, to the whip of Parliament, to the clerk of Parliament, and I complained to them to say the way how Honorable Tawa Conte they go about this is slightly not the way we have been working, and they should call him to order. So, and that is what I am repeating here.
So now, one thing with all left open, we make the view they say who that people get for listening to, especially people or institution the way they name find wanting inside the audit report, who that they get for go explain or be accountable to. I mean, Parliament they do hearing. They will see say SEC back they give update generally outside the state institution them where they will say misuse unable explain for certain amount of money.
We are when I make because Honorable Tawa Conte said in the act on the audit report, we not do nothing about it. We not even invite nobody yet on this particular audit report. We not speak to nobody yet. Because we don't want exactly that confusion there to the public. I'd also repeat to you, say the whole of last year, when we start to act on the audit report and the right level will stop, we stop immediately. Okay. It became a parliamentary function and responsibility. The only thing we are asking for, we want to see the report. If you say people pay $5 million, we want to know who side.
They say accounting bank the money go. You know how we have the bank the way say then the way people pay to because it states there yesterday and all of that. Who side people already don't pay to the
No,
money.
when you ask I go tell you say they pay at the consolidated revenue.
So you
fund.
ask
The consolidated revenue fund is series of accounts linked in the system of the Accountant General's office.
So is it
so we have hundreds of accounts linked to the consolidated revenue fund. Mr. Samadi, I understand this with your drive for say. So we don't know side.
So doubts they right? When I get doubt on the approach or
we don't get doubt, we just want clarification.
Okay. Now, rounding up on this issue, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Chair of the Public Account Committee, don't ask government ministries, departments, and agencies not for answer to the call of the ACC.
Yes.
On the audit reports.
Yes.
What's in our position on this?
Well, we position on that the issue we were supposed to solve in-house. We will engage Parliament for get the conversation with that. but we know they intercept within the parliament say. The parliament are a very powerful body, and a respectful body, and we believe say everybody for respect parliament because are the third arm of government. So we, for example, know they begin call people they audit report after we parliament don't make that kind of public declaration. But that not means we not get for consult with them. I'd already speak with the honorable speaker of parliament. We already get experience with dealing with this issue, so that then say we intervene and then we know within the go on.
So at the end of the day, when we will see a proper one working, structure from Parliament and that of Anti-Corruption Commission, because for now it clear say, they go back and forth on who that people for really go explain to for say, well, this money where the audit report say misuse, I get an explanation to her, or who that go and be accountable.
It's up to you. You conflate two issues.
So why
there is an issue of the head of the Public Accounts Committee and Parliament. Parliament is different from a single individual.
When you talk about Public Account Committee, definitely in a Parliament today. So if you say Parliament indirectly, we talk about.
Oh, well, there are times when you get for separate the two,
you
particularly
understand?
when waiting they happen slightly different from waiting at the procedure we know about Parliament. Then you start to look at the actions of the individual slightly separately from the Parliament itself. So let we not conflate the whole Parliament with waiting one man to do. But also, they say that one man they not get legitimacy for doing what they do because it belongs to Parliament and are a serious, like itself they claim in the fifth most powerful man in the country. We are just an agency of state, like you rightly say. But that does not mean we not go engage with them for try for make sure say we not get.
They claim the position, you mean? Like I just say like I have the claim.
Yeah, he's saying that the fifth most powerful man in the country. I am not aware of that, to be honest. My whole knowledge of administrative law not tell me that.
Okay, so it look like when I get the ACC gets issue with this current PAC.
We will not get issue with the current PAC. We get issue with the procedure ways that they adopt sometimes.
Continue for stay with me inside the program. Francis Benkefala, Commissioner at the Anti-Corruption Commission. We come to we other studio guests. We Alfred Sama, Senior Director Monitoring Stability, Bank of Saloon. We therefore talk about the payment switch. You don't talk about the launch and the activities the Mona get today for Seka the Saloon permanent payment switch. I beg your pardon. What's next after today activities?
Yeah, thank you very much. So after today activity, they repeat the same activity in Bo on the 22nd, Bo and Kenema on the 22nd of January. Then on the 29th, we did McKinney with the same float parade. Then on the 5th of February, we did go put local and conduct the same float parade. We want to ensure say we actually sell this initiative out to the entire populace of Sierra Leone, that everybody actually come on board and benefit from the goodies of this instant payment switch. But before you ask for that question, I just want to let people know exactly say, currently we get 7 commercial banks and where they live with the instant payment switch. And then commercial bank here so now, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, Roque Commercial Bank, Zenith Bank, Commerce and Mortgage Bank, Skype Bank, GT Bank, and Access Bank. EcoBank and UTB, we expect them for join for go live as well next week. They will also get 2 mobile money operating companies that will also don't join the instant payment switch. We now Orange Money and Afri Money. Q Money self they very close for join, and we are hopeful that by next week then self will join. So the next thing is I will encourage all Sierra Leoneans where they actually bank with them bank here. So for go now you bank and request them for onboard you on the instant payment switch, because you get to be onboarded before you able fully participate. If you are not onboarded, you're not going to actually able to participate. So you go now you commercial bank and request them for onboard you on the instant payment switch. And once you are onboarded, you enjoy all the goodies where the instant payment switch gets.
Thank you very much. We come to you again, Alfred Sama, Senior Director, Monitoring Stability, Bank of Saloon. Within the program for talk about the saloon payment switch within the launch today and get different activities then. As you explain the benefits of Saptune.
Inside the program now, we look at another issue outside the US Embassy and partner them. the only African Maritime Gender Networking. And these are the first one where they all for country them at the Gulf of Guinea, where this according to the US Ambassador Brian David Hunt say, this Africa Gender Networking where they all now na salon, that part of US government's commitment for support effects against illegal fishing and tap the bad thing the way they happen in salon water. For more on this issue, we listen to reporter Musa Kamara.
The African Maritime Gender Networking 2025 na meeting we bring together countries at the Gulf of Guinea for talk about marine security and gender involvement.
It deals with 10% of the jobs in Sierra Leone, which come from fisheries. It deals with the 15% or so of the gross domestic product, of the money of the country that comes from the sea. If we don't work together to protect this, if we don't work together to know what is happening and who is taking these fish illegally, then we are doing a disservice to future generations. So that's why we're here today.
Deputy Commander for Civil Military Engagement, now the U.S. African Command, Ambassador Robert Scott, they talk about the African Maritime Gender Networking. This meeting all na salon with country them from the Gulf of Guinea. We take part, we get for do with the host country, Saloon, and other one them like Senegal, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Cape Verde, Ghana, Benin, Nigeria, Gabon, Togo, Liberia, and Namibia. But how the U.S. government don't they support Saloon and the Gulf of Guinea in the area of security and gender? Brian David Hunt, the U.S. ambassador to Saloon.
Well, I think we've been very involved. Over the last 6 months, we've really stepped up our engagement with the Navy here in Sierra Leone, along with the Ministry of Fisheries and the Maritime Security Administration and the Police Maritime Wing, offering a number of training courses through our U.S. Coast Guard in order to develop the capacity and the skills that are going to ultimately be necessary in order to carry out the interdictions that Ambassador Scott referred to. We see this as an absolute priority. There is no way that Sierra Leone is going to be able to develop economically in a sustainable fashion if it cannot protect its natural resources, including those off of your coast in your exclusive economic zone.
Networking, capacity building. Now, some of the things them with this meeting, according to Brian Hunt, they hope for achieve at the end of the day?
Well, I think at the end of the day, what we hope to achieve is an ability for Sierra Leone to go out and penalize those who are looking to engage in illegal fishing in your waters. We want to make sure that the Sierra Leone government has the capacity, one, to know what's going on, 2, to prevent the illegal activities from occurring, and 3, to hold those people accountable. We have to be able to apply real penalties that make people feel the pain for the illegal activities they're engaged in.
My colleague earlier asked about the ability, you spoke about the equipment. How would this meeting help?
It's about information sharing. This meeting gives the opportunity for Sierra Leonean officials to talk with officials from Guinea, from Liberia, from Senegal, from Cabo Verde, all the way down to Namibia, to understand what's happening within the entirety of the Gulf of Guinea. All of this is interconnected. A ship doesn't just come and fish illegally in Sierra Leone. It probably fishes illegally across the entirety of that territory. So the more African states can share information, the better picture they have of what these vessels are doing.
According to the Senior Development Advisor, U.S. African Command, Moribari Boyle, the U.S. government don't they invest at the sector and don't they encourage women for take part on marine issues them?
Already you're seeing some investments in the Gulf of Guinea. We visited Ghana last year. We're partnering with the Ministry of Fisheries. We're partnering with the private sector to really help address the issues, not just of deep water fishing vessels, but also on the inland where there's mismanagement of resources. And I know here at this conference, having that focus on gender is so critical because these valuable resources that support economic livelihoods and food security are just so important. And you have women that are participating as 50% of this sector. If they're not involved in these discussions, your minister is amazing, by the way. She's a woman. I met her yesterday. Awesome. You know, she's a champion of this issue, not just for Sierra Leone, but I say for the whole region, and making sure that women are at the table on the security side, as well as on the government side and on the private sector side, that those involved in the sector that are women can help find the solutions. So we as the U.S. government and USAID are helping to empower women here in Sierra Leone, as well as across Africa.
But how important the African Maritime Gender Networking Data Saloon, in terms of gender involvement and security, the Executive Director, Saloon Maritime Administration, Daniel Kaitibi, talked to Radio Democracy.
We're happy as a country for when we host the first meeting. And this particularly not just Gulf of Guinea, countries from Gulf of Guinea, not just Australia, the other countries that we also come, Ghana there, Nigeria, other countries. So the good thing is, maybe before I go further, the good thing is one of the panelists and my staff, Regina. Yes, it's a sector where, like we can say, we as a country we get river so sea blindness. We're not too know water, but it's a sector we're very very viable when it comes to the economy in other countries. In countries like the Caribbean countries, and they get over billions of dollars from the sea. So we get need for work small. Currently, only a few women and they work for the maritime sector and the maritime administration. So we need for work small and include increase the number of women where they participate in this sector.
KTV hope say the thing them within the discuss now this meeting go come to pass so that the country go get strength to security na the water and self get strength to party business with other country them for protect the Gulf of Guinea with Saloon they part of. For Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports.
From that report, the program they continue and now time for listening to Wakabot.
Another morning again, I say, when the man, I say, when I say, I say, bo, go knocking what way they make some appointment there. I say, go knocking, think fine, ask question, make people tell them, check background. I dey talk about them two ambassadors the way go do. I say, for let them do the ambassadorial work, make them make like diplomats them. I say, the one themselves will not get position, them better. I say that one when an entertainment ambassador. I say, Lord left no more. I say in the entertainment zone instead of for Bilam. Every day they challenge people. Them I say, then they even don't talk chef say, then they turn here to Jamaica. And not today you work start. In fact, by letter, they say it for the investment. I say, when they talk that investment, I say, one day, me not see that boy there, me go car with investor them, even for make cookery. You know, if I make them can invest cookery shop one day. The other one way a peace ambassador, your story pass. Peace ambassador, even the name, I say, but this boy, why they not for don't turn him back to flower ambassador? I say, from where they did that boy, not see call community people there, or people say let them make peace. All them na people then they call them for let them make peace because of him plaba. Opposite direction, man. I say, it's a thing so grace. Boy, I sound things say we not get blessing of couple the whole defend and a stone and gravel of defend the with. I say, person don't go buy 100,000 credits. For Pucha now, I say they need to even divide themselves and tell them take 50. I say, then go get mind, then put 12 point something. If they had to themselves that 100,000 if you get 9 units, you're a lucky boy. But when you ask them for the couple, I say for pay power shift na problem. I say pass them begin get the call ya, put ya yanda. I say them boy then in fact that minister will come out the way resign. I say they make that minister then back no able to straight to until he left. I say we want assessment to assess all the ministry, department and agency. I say for the ministry alone, I say go as the Minister of Energy. I say, nine get the lowest rate. I say, nine get the lowest rate with 25.37%. So as he come out in triple for cancer, chef sharpful. Sharpful. Le plaba no be. I say, Commissioner Baba, say, I do. I say, Tawa don tawa pa unu, Tawa don tawa pan the commission, I say, let the whole you are loose. Me, na don't work about.
Well, from Walkabout, we come now studio and look at messages them on the send on 0779 also on our Facebook page. It's up to you, Kano.
The first one I will take on a Facebook page for Mark 10 and New England Village say, I'm totally disappointed ACC and Parliament are not in the same page when it comes to audit report. I was expecting ACC to work with Parliament in accordance with the Constitution.
From Sir Leby in our Facebook page, they say Parliament gangsterism. This is my take home for today's Good Morning Salon.
This one for Amadou Ba in our Facebook page is say, now I've learned and understand that 4 agencies are not answerable to the House of Parliament in Sierra Leone.
This one from Amadou Bari in our Facebook page, they say the Swift free system is good, but I hope you have engaged with the mobile network company to strengthen their network system.
Another message again from Dauda Tarawali in our Facebook page. They say, Mr. Commissioner, you have looked at this report for last 6 years and made some recommendations, but it seems as if your recommendations are not working because we keep getting some of the same administration involving in corruption.
This one from Mark 10, New England Village, say, Mr. Commissioner, Section 119.4 of the 1991 Constitution of Salon Act number 6 clearly stipulates that the Auditor General must submit the reports to Parliament within 12 months of the end of the financial year. This report is very important because it will highlight any irregularities in the audited accounts and other matters deemed significant for Parliament's attention. From Mark 10.
This other one from Muhammad Jalon, our Facebook page, say, it's all clear how Parliament members are dishonest to Salon people and the Constitution.
This one say, please confirm if the instant bank switch system will also ensure that someone in Sierra Leone can send money in Sierra Leone to any part of Africa without the need for currency conversion, because this will also make intra-African trade more efficient, cutting out unnecessary delays and cost.
Another one, Amadou Bari in our Facebook page say, Tawa don't Tawa pandem.
This one from Dauda Tarawali in our Facebook is a dangerously educated versus Parliament's gangsterism.
Another one from C Chelsea FC, they say, I have the maximum respect for Honorable Tawa Conte, but his position in this matter is slightly wrong. We know that Parliament of Sierra Leone is a powerful organ of government, and rightly so its members. However, it is not something that should be preoccupied in your head as you sleep and wake.
This one from Paul Cannon, our Facebook page, they say because our Parliament has been weakened by corruption, the ACC has now got to downgrade the third arm of government. Salon don't finish. Parliament will get right for a summon president. Chai.
This other one from Dauda Kombana, our Facebook page, they say, according to the dangerously educated man, the person say, yeah, they quote Honorable Tawa, 4 key institutions, the Ombuds, Anti-Corruption Commission, Human Rights Commission, and the Auditor General office are not subject to parliamentary oversight. However, the Public Accounts Committee chaired by Honorable Tawa seems to hold a defined position on this matter. Interesting times ahead.
Stephen Lamina Facebook page, they say the national payment switch is a good system once the banks are ready to leverage it. It is a concern that over a year since the card switching was launched, one cannot use a UBA card on an EcoBank terminal and vice versa. The transactions that are successful attract international charges. Should the national switch be catering for this?
This other from a Facebook page is a Commissioner Benkel Falado. You have stated that there is a collaboration, but what I had yesterday from Tawa and what you're saying now, it's totally different, that there is no slight form of collaboration between the two institutions or individuals.
This one from Thomas Rogers now with Facebook page say most MDAs are not afraid going to the PAC, but when you say to the ACC, they panic in their pants. Both PAC and parliaments needs to find a common ground to working together in curbing, deterring corruption.
Another one, the last one I will take, they say washing your dirty linen in the public is one thing this administration should try and manage. These are issues that should discuss internally and not bring out to the public.
Okay, this one say I hope say the speaker na parliament of Salone go take action against the ACC commissioner for calling his parliament gangster.
Okay, Musa, because of time.
Yes, the last one for me because of time. Before we come to Alfred Sama, this one from Thomas Rogers. They say if this issue between the PAC and the ACC is not resolved amicably, I think the ACC boss will resign. We come to Alfred Sama for respond to messages. Then we come for Seka the Salon payment switch before we come to Francis Benkaifala, Commissioner ACC.
Yeah, I just say thank you to the answer we send their messages here. So the first one to talk about engagements with mobile network operators. I want to let the public know say Bank of Sierra Leone is not in this alone. We work with all stakeholders. We work with commercial banks. We work with mobile network operators, as well as mobile money operators. We as well work with the National Telecommunications Agency. So we work with all of their arms here for ensure say what will they do so come to a beneficial thing to all Sierra Leoneans. But also I let people know say only tap day we also work with even electricity providers ESA, because all of it therefore do with power, network, and everything else. So we work with all stakeholders for ensure say we succeed. Somebody asked if someone will use this system for send money across to any African country. First and foremost, I want to let the public know say we primary target for now for focus on transactions at a national level. For let you go at an international level, you get forget arrangement with the necessary international gateways for let you go to that level there. So we focus first at this level now for go national. Then the third phase of the project now will go now international.
Okay.
This is just the second phase for the first. Then concerns for the effectiveness of the card switching. Yes, the concern there, as I said, we've been beginning with 4 banks. Now we don't go up to 10 banks. The concern there, and it also boils down to the same question with the first text I sent. We get for do with other players in the society. Card switching currently, you get for the stationary points them. You get the ATMs get for the stationary points. You get the POS get for the stationary points, and all of them point they need power. So sometimes you can go the power not in the channel, so it can cause them challenges, and we're quite aware of those challenges. But I for assure the public say the Bank of Sierra Leone, the commercial banks, they will work assiduously for ensure say which we they talk about could become top notch.
Okay, plenty thank you to you, Alfred Sama from Bank of Salon, Senior Director Monitoring Stability. Maybe they talk on the payment switch. Over to you, Commissioner. You hear the message that we can.
Yeah, the messages them I appreciate the texters them for all the messages that they send. And one thing clear, they want to see a lot more collaboration between Parliament and ACC. And they confirm to them say there has always been collaboration between Parliament. And even in this instance, I don't outline the collaborative step they will take from the very beginning. And we sent 2 different communications them to the head of PAC. Even yesterday, when I say refer a particular matter to ACC on onions, and we not do nothing about them, that issue they done nearly 8 months ago. I tell the director of investigations for put that report there inside an envelope and send them to her. So there is clear collaboration between we and Parliament. Has always been clear collaboration between we and PAC. We even get a memorandum of understanding between we and the Public Accounts Committee. I hear yesterday, Honorable Ibrahim Taha they say, aware of MOU. I am telling you, there has always been an MOU since the days of Abdul Tijan Cole coming to Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara to Adi Macaulay before I became commissioner. There's an MOU, and we have copies, and Parliament has a copy. So if you want to review that MOU, we can always sit down again and review the MOU. But there's collaboration, and like I say, we will continue to engage Parliament on this. Even yesterday, when he make all the statement there, I immediately called the clerk of Parliament, I called the Speaker of Parliament, I called the leader of government business, and I speak with the deputy chief whip in Parliament about all these things when they happen, and all of them are clear that we for sit down and try for sort this out amongst ourselves and push it forward. So I assure the public, say, let them not worry about this. Waiting we at the ACC want is accountability in the system and for avoid impunity. We don't move so far right now. Sierra Leone is so respected when it comes to the fight against corruption. We don't want anything care. We go back to where we've been there, and because of that, me get a responsibility as long as I continue for being anti-corruption commissioner for protect the integrity space of the country and for work with institutions like Parliament for continue for ensure that.
Somebody say if this continue between you and Parliament, that's the Public Account Committee specifically, you go resign. One texter.
I don't maintain and I don't repeat say it should not be between we and Parliament.
Now the text and I message I to you.
Yeah, so they clarify to the texter say it should not be between we and Parliament. We get a very good relationship with Parliament. Even on this issue, we have been having a very cordial relationship with Parliament. Now the rhetoric where they come from one man in the issue.
Okay. Somebody they say please ask Francis Benkefala how much money he don't recover so far since he be commissioner, and how that money don't go to the promise we the president be make for Build Diagnostic Center.
Yeah, we don't recover a lot of money, as we say. We don't always present them to Parliament. Even recently, we present to the Ministry of Finance over 21 billion leones in recoveries we'll make, and we'll continue for provide that money there. When we provide that money there to the executive arm of government through the Ministry of Finance, now usually the executive arm of government will determine how they do, and we know they implement their projects then they. So if that person they want to know how far the diagnostic center process don't go, probably they need to speak with the Minister of Health.
No, how much money we don't get that so far? Since he be commissioner,
it's over 60 billion old leones now, which is now about 60 million new leones, and that money they probably is 5 times what the ACC we don't ever recover before I become commissioner.
Is it that this money they go now the consolidated fund or it the ring fenced? Like how
we get a special recovery account to say all money will they recover they go, but that special recovery account, like all other government account, is linked to the consolidated revenue fund, which means the Ministry of Finance has access to it and then the operator.
So now what on a mandate after when I don't put the money there? Now the monitor for see if the money still there or they don't use them.
They collaborate with the Ministry of Finance and we have a very good relationship. So, for example, Matthew Dingy, when the financial secretary, before him, Mr. Sajusu, when I be the financial secretary, we get called. I could check what's in the happen and they give me update.
This money still there in this ring fenced account or they get?
As of today, I can't tell you because I don't get that information. But I know say that is a special recovery account and it will be used by purposes where the president identify. And for most part, we don't check. That is what happens. So, for example, the student loan scheme, some of the money was used to give loans to students for go study overseas and for studying in Sierra Leone.
So, in terms of this year ACC, we know a new strategy and continue on the fight against corruption. Like a review on a strategy on approach.
So the new strategy we will launch just last month, December. Now for use more and more technology and digitization in the fight against corruption. I make a very happy with Mr. Alfred Sama and the team where then they try for push the country towards a cashless society where we do transactions digitally. That alone they help reduce corruption because they reduce the human to human interaction and also touch funds. So if then kind of system that are public institutions themselves adopt them and start making payment to individuals through digital means, it will stop the idea we boss they say, they are waiting they left for me. And that happens even at the highest level, at very high levels, where people and they always ask for kickbacks and all those things. So that human to human interaction will happen. So with new strategy, is to push the country more and more towards using technology, digital systems and processes for deal with public accounts and public finances, and even for e-governance. So I'm really happy with the Bank of Sierra Leone, and I appreciate them and all the team that really work on this for make sure say we continue for move towards digitization. This is the way to go. This is the 21st century, and with that alone, Sierra Leone go don't prevent corruption by more than half.
So waiting commissioner will left people we still get the doubt on the fight against corruption. We una they do, because no matter how you feel so they do well, you get people we can still get objection or criticize for say maybe the fight against corruption the peak.
Well, criticism na fear. It's a very powerful thing. It's good for we. It's fine for make the public hold we to account, let them scrutinize what they do. And sometimes for make them get reservations. Now they make one for prove a point and for push more things more forward. But I can just assure them say the fight against corruption in Sierra Leone is recognized as the strongest in Africa at present. And that is why many countries that they come learn from. All we now need from the public is for continue for support and we appreciate the president. We're a president we're committed to the fight against corruption, and they don't always continue for giving the free hand and support for make we do what they do for the good of the people of Sierra Leone.
Okay, plenty thank you to you. That's now Commissioner for the Anti-Corruption Commission, Francis Bengel Fala, will be the update on ACC their work and also on the 2023 audit report. Plenty thank you, we will guest inside this program.
Thank you very much, Sabtu.
Also, we get Alfred Sama from Bank of Salon, Senior Director Monitoring Stability. We will talk about a payment switch. Mr. Sama, thank you. We come and be guest inside this edition of the program. Good morning, Salon.
Thank you very much. And I want to let the public know, say, this is live, it's real. Do you go to your bank? Go, let them go on board you, not the instant payment switch. We enjoy them. You do transactions safely, securely, and very fast.
You get your time space for Bank of Salon, it's on ID. No problem. Okay, well, now thank you. Exactly. Well, that are the two gentlemen that will be guests today inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salon, and I had this edition the left for today, Michael Sambola, with support from Mange Mansari and Kabiana them produced this edition of the program Good Morning Salon. DJ Sugar King technical support, Joseph Songa and Mary Kamara make una watch we live on our Facebook page. We will bring this edition come to you this Wednesday morning. Mina Sapti Kalonda says stay tuned to this frequency and goodbye.
And Musa Kamadi say bye bye.